Marriage cause divorce. Women often say they want a guy to be emotionally vulnerable. Why is this? Do they just want his secrets to bring about his downfall, e.g. in a future child custody battle? A bit like Samson Delilah. You know what, Doc? I'll let you take this because women always say that they want a vulnerable man. What's your take on this?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I once read a paper that was called Why the People Closest to Us Hurt Us. And one of their primary arguments is that they have access to weaponry. And it led me to this idea of weaponized intimacy. It's like, why is it that when I haven't had a fight with a woman in years, but when I used to have a disagreement with her, she would bring up something that happened 5 years ago.
Elephant memory.
Something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Of course.
But was told in confidence in a vulnerable moment. So it's possible that when certain people are scared and flailing, they hit below the belt. And so I do think that we should be careful about who we confide in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a phrase that the captain can't complain. If the captain is stressed out and goes to his mates and say, oh man, I just don't know if we're going to get through this. The storm is coming down and the waves are really high and I'm just really nervous about how this is going to go. The mates are going to be like, we got to get off the ship, man. It's like they're going to be looking for the next rock that they can hop off of.
You said something profound. And I really want to draw the audience's attention to that. The captain can't complain.
Yes.
What a fucking sound way of letting guys know that you are the captain of the ship and your woman is one of the mates, and you cannot sit there in the sea of uncertainty and sit there and be like, I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, they're
it's
a bad idea.
Yeah.
And when they panic, they might do a bunch
what
of
a
stuff.
fucking profound statement.
One of the things I talk about femininity is it's kind of like an incubator. It reflects. You give a woman one sperm, she'll give you back a whole baby. You know what I mean? The sun is the masculine principle in all spiritual traditions. The moon is the feminine principle. The moon reflects the light of the sun. It adds its silvery glow, but it basically faces the sun at all times and reflects back its light.
Wow.
What you give a woman, she will give back to you amplified.
Yes.
Okay? That's why men have to be very careful with their tone of voice, especially with women. Even a small bit of impatience can be reflected back to you as anger. Okay? So it's a good idea to try to clean your tone as much as possible. Be the master of your emotional timbre, as it were.
Yeah.
Okay? But yes, in my model of relationships, people have different models, but the man is the captain of the relationship and the woman is the first mate, which is a very important position on the ship because the captain isn't always right. The captain has his blind spots and needs to be able to consult appropriately with someone who will advise him and give him the truth. But ultimately, it's the captain's call. Okay. Now, captains have problems. Captains have stresses, but you don't go to the mates with your problems. You go to other captains.
Yeah.
Other captains can appreciate what you might be going through, and they're probably not going to bring it up 4 years later if things go sideways.
Because they understand.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. I'm going to steal that one.